Hello again, and welcome to all my recovery brothers and sisters. If you never visited us, we offer you here the opportunity to look at what we're presenting and take away what you like. And we hope that there's something here that you will find will do you some good. To those that have been here before, we want to express our gratitude for you coming back. Because both the first-time visitor and the retread, without you, this blog would have little purpose. We're examining today the principle behind step 3, which is willingness. For me, this is the backbone of the whole program. This is only what I think. But willingness runs evenly through the whole recovery program. Let me ask you this, if you're not willing to do something, are you going to do it? You know, first you start off with examining your life and deciding that I might have to do something about the way that I'm living. So you have to become willing to examine your life. Then you have to be willing to acknowledge that you might have to make changes in your life. Willingness plays a big role in being able to walk into a recovery room for the first time and to introduce yourself to the people in that room and identifying your addiction. That takes huge willingness. It takes willingness to reach out and to find a sponsor, and then to listen to that sponsor and to read the materials. It takes great willingness. It takes willingness to let go of the guilt, shame, remorse of the past and walk free. It takes willingness to make amends for the wrongs you've done. It takes willingness to carry your message to others. And it's never too early to start that. You know, here's the thing. A newcomer in the room might not be able to relate to me with my time of sobriety. I'm talking Martian. They don't have any idea what 22 years might look like. They can't even get 24 hours. So the guy or the gal that's in the room with a week or a month, they want to know what you got and how you got it. They want to know how to get to where you are. Forget where I am. They have no idea. They want to know what it takes to stay sober for a week or a month. And you have to be willing to share that with them. You have to be willing to accept the concept of a higher power. I've seen a lot of people struggle with this for a very long time. And the funny thing is, as soon as they stop struggling, they become willing. If you're not yet willing, ask for the willingness to be willing. You've got to start somewhere. Willingness runs evenly through the whole program. You have to be willing to have a better life. You have to be willing to be happy. Because here's the thing about happiness. It doesn't come from anywhere else or anyone else. It comes from inside. No one else can make you happy. You need to choose to be happy. And that takes work. The willingness to do the work, the willingness to find out what it is that really does make you happy, and then the willingness to go out and arrange your life so that you get what you need to be happy. If you are not willing, nothing is going to happen for you. And that would be very sad. Because a sober life is more exciting than any high you'll ever get. You have to be willing to be patient and do what you need to do to get there. That's a big one. willing to not go into Freddie Mercury mode, you know, I want it all and I want it now, because it isn't going to happen. I know this because I did the same, or made the same mistake. I would go to my sponsor and I would complain about how things weren't happening fast enough, and he'd look at me and he'd say, "Bill, you idiot. You can't have 5 years sobriety till you've been sober 5 years." See, I wanted 5 years sobriety at 6 months, and it doesn't work that way. I have to be willing to be patient and willing to do the work to get to where I am. And Dougie used to say it takes you 5 years just to get your brains back, and then the next 5 years to learn how to use them. And he said somewhere around 5 years you're going to hear this loud pop. And what that is, your head coming out of your ass. So I really want to emphasize that patience and is just as important as the willingness to do the work. But if you're patient and you're willing and you do the work, everything that the promises states will come true for you, and you will have a life that is beyond anything you ever knew or imagined. If it doesn't happen for you, you can come and call me a liar. You know, for those just beginning, it is said in the rooms to take in 90 meetings in 90 days. And if at the end of that time you are not satisfied, we will gladly return you your misery. My best day drinking does not compare to my worst day sober. My worst day sober is so much better. I'd rather have a frontal lobotomy than a bottle in front of me. So I pray that there is something here that you are finding that will help you, and I really invite you to return, to ask a question, or to leave a comment, or to share some of your experience, strength, and hope. We'll gladly put it up on the blog. So until we meet again, I wish for us all to walk hand in hand with each other in recovery, and also with our higher power. Bless you all. Shalom.